What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and ever since Disney decided to get rid of the Star Wars expanded universe, to get rid of the decades and decades of characters, stories, lore in all of the books, all the comics, all the video games that were out there that were beloved by so many people, they have been facing heavy criticism, and they have done everything that they can to deflect and try to explain that we didn't have any choice. It was the only thing we could have done, when in actuality, so many people who read and experienced all of these stories knew that that was the template they should have used going forward. Instead, we got the garbage sequel trilogy. We have garbage Disney canon that makes absolutely zero sense. And now, today, Disney is facing the ultimate embarrassment. As an old Star Wars book that was supposed to come out in 1993, there's basically a bootleg copy of it up on Amazon. It's beating out virtually all other Disney Star Wars books right now. They should be absolutely embarrassed, because it is embarrassing for something like this, a bootleg copy of something to be put up on Amazon, to be beating the High Republic. That should be embarrassing for Lucasfilm, for this multi-billion-dollar fucking company. They should be very embarrassed by this. Take a look. Yellow Flash, this could be a good Star Wars video. New independently released book from the EU that was supposed to be out in the 90s is selling better than Disney's new Star Wars books. And I talked about this on my stream yesterday. This was just a good tweet to pull up to show you Heart of the Jedi. This is the book we're talking about. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this book and about how you can get it for yourself, because I did indeed order it off of Amazon, and I have a couple that I might give away in the future as well. You can tune in for that. But when we go to the expandeduniverse.com Twitter account, with one or two exceptions, it is consistently outsold every other edition of every other Star Wars book, because you can go and look at these Amazon rankings and you can see how this book, Heart of the Jedi paperback that is up here, again, supposed to be released in 1993, never got released. Basically got drug out about 5 or 6 years ago, posted online to StarWarsTimeline.net for people to see. Disney doesn't want anyone reading this because they know that they would prefer this to the garbage that they're getting now. You can go and you can buy this on Amazon. I will include a link to it in the description below. But let's get back to this article. Heart of the Jedi Amazon rankings. For those not aware, Heart of the Jedi is available on Amazon. This being a canceled Star Wars book from the Bantam era that was just 6 years ago released online by StarWarsTimeline.net. It was also briefly made available shortly after the final chapter was released online in physical form before getting shut down. Disney has already shut down this project one time. Even though they weren't making a profit, even though none of this happened, they shut it down because they do not want people seeing what they could have had. They do not want people being excited about the Star Wars expanded universe, now rebranded as Legends, because they know that people prefer that to the dog shit that they're pushing out right now. But now we're a few days after getting word out that it was being made available again, and I've been archiving the Amazon page on the Wayback Machine to keep track of the Amazon rankings and sales numbers. Now in the process of researching for another article that should come out this Friday, I looked into the tracking of rankings of a single product over time, but unfortunately, there's no method of doing so without paying for a service. So instead, we can see all these different times that he captured it. He talks about the method that he used, and this is from Dylan. This is from Dylan over there on theexpandeduniverse.com. My method was to check it on the listing page for Heart of the Jedi every few hours, have the Wayback Machine take a screenshot, and write down the ranking for both books and science fiction adventures, as well as the date and time. And obviously, he has this tracking right here. Obviously, I don't have all the data, as by the time I started looking, the original article had been up for nearly half a day, but when I first looked, I saw it reach 69 on the science fiction author list. I went looking into what books it was outperforming. So audiobooks of Heir to the Empire, Thrawn Alliances, and Thrawn Treason, and was only one spot behind the audiobook of Darth Plagueis. Then it shot up to 27 and was now outselling every Star Wars book, with the exception of the hardcover, Kindle, and audio version of Thrawn Ascendancy Greater Good, which was literally just released a few days ago. It is a brand new release. That is the only thing that is outpacing this old, forgotten, expanded universe book that supposedly no one cared about, that supposedly no one would have bought if they had continued it. Absolutely ridiculous. With one or two exceptions, it is consistently outsold every other edition of every other Star Wars book, which includes the aforementioned books, the original Thrawn book, and first High Republic book. Keep in mind that first High Republic book was launched using The Mandalorian as advertisement, using the full force of Disney and Lucasfilm to advertise the High Republic. And only the first one, that very first one, before people really knew how dog shit it was, only that one outsold an old expanded universe book. Now, when you look at the description, you will realize that this is a story that people want. It's a story about Luke Skywalker, about Han Solo and Princess Leia in the aftermath of Return of the Jedi, trying to continue to pick up the pieces of this galaxy and put it back together and start a new republic. It takes place, again, after Truce of Bakura, but before the X-Wing novel. So before they've come back and taken over Coruscant. The Heart of the Jedi, Kenneth C. Flint's long-lost Star Wars novel, commissioned and approved by Lucasfilm and set to be released in '93, disappeared without a trace. For many fans wondered what became of the book and why it was never published, and so it was chalked up to yet another tragic Lost World story that no one would ever get to read or enjoy, or so we thought. Kenneth C. Flynn's complete novel, The Heart of the Jedi, has at last been unearthed. Published on StarWarsTimeline.net, it has been edited to fit into existing expanded universe, taking place a short time after Truce of Bakura and the end of issue 107 of the Marvel series, but before the X-Wing comics series. Reprinted here in paperback for the first time, this is a non-profit listing for private collectors only. No profit is being made. It's at cost only. The price paid is solely to Amazon for the printing costs alone. No one is trying to make a quick buck. Please, House of Mouse, don't sue me. This is the book that right now is destroying Disney Star Wars books. You can go and look at physical books. The only thing, there's no physical book right now that is outselling Heart of the Jedi on Amazon. This is a Kindle edition, and this is an audiobook. Those are the only two things in science fiction. Those are the only two Star Wars books that are outselling Heart of the Jedi. None of those are physical copies. What a fucking L for Disney Star Wars. What an absolute loss for them. This is why, guys. This is why they decanonized the expanded universe. This is why they turned it into Legends. This is why all these things that were so beloved, they didn't want any more of that. Because they knew if people had a choice, they would choose that. They would choose this over Disney Star Wars because no one gives a fuck about the High Republic. Even with the full marketing might, that's the only thing that you can get to sell more than a fucking book like this, a paperback book that someone did out of passion, that they are putting it up for free. Man, that is pathetic. Disney Star Wars is absolutely pathetic. I am going to be giving away a copy of Heart of the Jedi. I think I'm probably going to do it over on Locals, so I know I've been plugging Locals. If you do go, please join my community on Locals. I'm probably going to give it away to a subscriber on Locals, to an actual subscriber. So if you want to enter to win this, probably going to do it within the next week or so. I'll probably pin a post on Locals somewhere talking about it. Heart of the Jedi, get your copy of what Disney doesn't want you to find. I can almost guarantee that that listing is probably going to get taken down. They're probably going to get a cease and desist from Lucasfilm and Disney because it's embarrassing for them. It's embarrassing for them that this book, that you want to say no one cares about the EU, no one cared about it, blah, 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 blah. It's obviously not true. This book, this long-lost book that really no one should care about, is outselling virtually everything Disney Star Wars. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.